Did you know that about 7.9 million people moved from one state to another in 2021? That's an increase from 2019, which saw about 7.4 million people changing states. However, if you've ever thought about moving, you might be intimidated by the cost, as the average cost of moving ranges from $2,500 to $6,500 for an individual, or even more if you're relocating further away. But what if there was a state that would actually pay you to move there? Well, there is, and there's more than one. Today on Across the Globe, we're going to look at the top 10 states that will pay you to live there. Number 1, Vermont. According to Redfin, Vermont is looking for young remote workers to move there, and they want them there fast. This is most likely because the state's population is so small. In fact, Vermont is the second smallest state in the country behind only Wyoming, with a population of only about 645,000 residents. For some perspective, some of the largest states in the country, California and Texas, have populations of about 39 million and 29.5 million respectively. But back to the money. Called the Worker Relocation Incentive Program, this program will pay you up to $7,500 to move there. It's first come, first serve, and according to the website, they've already received a lot of applications and are quickly making their way through the $3.09 million they have allocated for it. Two types of people can be eligible for this. The first is someone who moves to Vermont and lands a job there. The second is someone who relocates to Vermont and becomes a full-time resident, but has a remote job based elsewhere. If you go through with this, you'll find that life in Vermont can be pretty great. There's skiing in the winter, hiking in the spring and summer, and plenty of opportunity to enjoy the beautiful New England foliage in the fall. Number 2, Michigan. Michigan is also offering some pretty great perks for those who are open to becoming full-time residents. However, unlike some of the other places on this list, the perks only apply to those moving to Southwest Michigan. Southwest Michigan is known for its coastal areas and great beaches, and for being a great place to raise a family. And for those looking to relocate here as part of the Move to Michigan program, you can get up to $10,000 towards a home mortgage, or up to $15,000 if you have kids. Additionally, you can get one of a number of seemingly random benefits like complimentary car service to and from certain airports, membership to a co-working space, or annual passes to certain public beaches. So what's the catch? Well, you have to agree to become a full-time resident, buy a house that's at least $200,000, and live in one of 9 communities located in Southwest Michigan. Number 3, Indiana. Like Michigan, the incentive for those moving to Indiana doesn't apply to the whole state, but instead to certain areas. These include Richmond and the greater Lafayette area. Let's start with Richmond. This city has a population of a little less than 36,000 and is located in east central Indiana. It's known for its outdoor recreation opportunities, including access to rivers and lakes, plus its tight-knit community. Also, fun fact, it has the most mummies per capita out of any other city in North America. Thankfully, these aren't in your backyard, but are located in the safe confines of several local museums. Mummies aside, if you decide you want to move here, you can get $5,000 cash, membership for a year at a co-working space, plus help with relocation. You can also choose between one of several welcome packages, like an arts package with tickets to local shows, or a fitness package with membership to a local gym and pool. Now, let's look at Lafayette. The population here is a little bigger than Richmond at almost 71,000. The program here is called Work from Purdue and is geared towards certain remote workers like engineers and entrepreneurs. If you are eligible, you'll get $5,000 cash plus benefits like access to networking events, a discount at a co-working space, and access to Purdue Library. Number 4, West Virginia. We covered West Virginia in one of our previous videos, and let's face it, the state is unfortunately struggling. In fact, West Virginia has seen one of the largest population declines in the U.S., seeing a 3.2% decrease in its population between 2010 and 2020. As if that weren't bad enough, in 2022, it lost the fourth highest percentage of its population out of any other state in the U.S. Because of this, the state is trying to get people to move there, and they're offering some pretty great incentives for those who do. The program is called Ascend West Virginia and applies to people who move to areas like the Greenbrier Valley, East Panhandle, and Morgantown. The total offering is valued at $20,000 and includes $12,000 in cash, plus incentives like access to co-working spaces, free outdoor equipment, professional development opportunities, and more. To be eligible, you simply have to be 18, be eligible to work in the U.S., and have full-time remote work that's based outside of West Virginia. Number 5. Alaska. The population of Alaska has been growing pretty slowly. Between 2010 and 2021, its population increased 2.6% compared to the national average of 7.3%. And between 2010 and 2020, the state actually saw population losses 5 out of those 10 years. The most significant losses were in 2018 and 2019, when the state lost 0.6% and 0.4% of its population respectively. Because of this, it probably won't come as much of a surprise to you that Alaska is trying to incentivize people to move there. And lucky for you, that incentive comes in the form of cold hard cash. Called the Permanent Fund Dividend, this program pays a sum to Alaska residents every year. In 2022, that amounted to $3,284 per person. To be eligible, you simply have to live there the whole year. Minors are also eligible, though their parents have to register them for the program. So, if you're looking to escape the hectic day-to-day of your life and enjoy some of the most beautiful nature in the country, Alaska might be just the place to go, and you can earn a nice cash reward on top of it. Number 6. Kansas. While it's not the whole state of Kansas that will pay you to move there, the city of Topeka may. As part of the Choose Topeka program, select people who work for certain employers can get up to $15,000 cash if they move to Topeka and Shawnee County and buy a home, or $10,000 if they rent. To be eligible for this, you have to move there for a full-time role with one of their list of employers and buy or rent within a year of moving or being hired. However, there is also an option for those who work remotely, although the cash offering is less. This program is offered to those who work remotely with an employer based outside of Shawnee County and will give you $5,000 if you're renting or $10,000 if you're buying. So, if you decide to move forward, what's life like here? For starters, you'll be living in a solidly mid-sized city with a population of about 126,000. Topeka is also known to be a great spot to raise a family, and according to Niche, it ranked the 29th best city in the US to buy a house. Number 7. Ohio. If you're a recent graduate, listen up. Hamilton, Ohio is offering those who graduated from a STEAM program, which includes science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, within the previous 7 years, a pretty killer deal. As part of the Talent Attraction Program, or TAP for short, Hamilton is essentially offering a kind of reverse scholarship to help recent graduates repay their student loans. They've already given approximately 3,000 students over $13 million in scholarships over the course of the past 60 years as a part of this, and you'll be given up to $15,000 if accepted. To be eligible, you not only have to have graduated from an accredited program within the past 7 years, but also need to be willing to move there to establish permanent residency and have a job in the county or full-time remote work lined up. So, what is life like here? Well, Hamilton has a population of about 63,000 and is a suburb of Cincinnati. So although Hamilton itself feels pretty suburban, you have the amenities of a larger city nearby. And as an added perk, Houses are also relatively affordable. Number 8. Alabama. The Shoals area of Alabama is giving away some pretty great incentives for those open to moving there. This area of northwestern Alabama is made up of Tuscumbia, Florence, Muscle Shoals, and Sheffield. Move Buddha says that this area is great for those who like history, nature, art, live entertainment, and great southern food. It's located about a 2-hour drive from Birmingham, Nashville, and Memphis, making each of these cities a relatively easy weekend trip. But the Shoals area itself has a much lower cost of living and is one of the most affordable metro areas in all of Alabama. Okay, let's get to what I'm sure you're waiting to hear about, the program details. As part of Remote Shoals, eligible individuals are offered $10,000 in cash with 25% given upfront, another 25% given after you live in the area for 6 months, and the remaining 50% offered at the end of your first year there. To be eligible, you need to be at least 18, make at least $52,000 per year, be able to move there within 6 months, and have full-time remote work or self-employed work. Number 9. Iowa. While the entire state of Iowa won't pay you to live there, the city of Newton may. This city of about 16,000 launched a program to try and get people to move there back in 2014, and it's still running through this year. If you're approved, you can get $10,000 cash if you buy a house that's worth $190,000 or more. I should note that this only applies to those looking to become homeowners, as rental properties are excluded. The reason the city is offering this is that they're trying to grow their population and create housing development in the town. And while the city of Newton itself may be small, it's located right outside of Des Moines, so you'll have access to big city amenities while enjoying a small town atmosphere and cost of living. Number 10. Oklahoma. If you've ever dreamed of living in the Sooner State, this might be your chance. Specifically, the program we're looking at, called Tulsa Remote, is geared towards those looking to move to, you guessed it, Tulsa. That's right, the city of Tulsa is offering eligible individuals a $10,000 cash incentive. You'll get $2,500 upfront and the remaining $7,500 within the first year after you make the move. The program also includes perks like a co-working space membership. To be qualified, you'll need to have full-time remote or self-employed work that's based outside of Oklahoma, plus be able to move there within a year of applying. Apparently, the program has already drawn about 2,400 people there who, according to the program's website, have helped build up and enhance the community. What about the cheapest countries to live big on less than $2,000 per month? Watch this video to learn about that.